I look at laptops the same way. They should have them. If they're playing games when you walk away from them, that's okay. It's part of the learning. You have to just remind them that we're wasting time, or that, that time should be used for this.
Now, Jane, you talk a lot about adapting and wanting to always improve. Besides looking to Instagram for inspiration for your classroom, how else has technology and social media affected the new day and age of education?
I think it's largely been a very good thing. It's been very positive, the use of technology. And as I said before, my topic for my dissertation is going to be the use of Chromebooks to help students make improvement and growth in writing. So we'll see if that happens. But it is my belief that technology has made it a little bit easier to teach, and it's definitely made, especially for students with disabilities, it's leveled the field for a lot of children. A child who is dyslexic and is unable to read something can now use text to speech. A child who has a really difficult time with spelling and they're in middle school and cannot cite words can now speak and use dictation software, which is free and built into most applications. Google Docs, which is what I use in my classroom, has in the tools menu, there's a speech typing option there. I have 5 kids who use that in one of my classes because they struggle with writing and spelling. So it's so empowering, and it is so liberating for young people, children who didn't have a channel to express themselves, all of a sudden can express themselves, and they can see the word. It's amazing. It's mind-blowing that when you see the magic on the child's face when they first see that, oh, they could actually create a paragraph, which is something they heard all their life they couldn't do. Because I see them in middle school, and by that time, if you can't usually read at a decent level and can write at a decent level, things are very difficult for you in school, because every class requires reading and writing, including math. So like you have to read stuff everywhere, and when you can't read, you can't be successful in most places, in school anyway, the way the schools are designed. And perhaps that's a commentary on how schools are designed, but that's the reality at the moment. Might not be ideal, but a lot of children experience failure. It's not, which I don't think really is failure. They don't have to, but it's imposed on them because they don't have the proper tools. But with technology, students have the proper tools, actually, and more tools than they used to be able to express themselves, to be able to engage in learning, to be able to access curriculum, etc. And teachers, similarly, YouTube is like one of the biggest phenomena I think that has hit the classroom. For me, anyway, my personal experience is I constantly go there to look for resources, videos that kids can learn from, especially now with news media and all these outlets putting information about current events on YouTube all the time. You can get news clips just the right amount, and instead of me talking for 20 minutes, you could mix in a video here and a video there. So there's so many things you can do now. Google Classroom, so many tools there. I also use some blended learning approach in my classroom, where I sometimes record myself delivering the lesson on a video. Like I use Zoom, actually. That's why I had Zoom in my computer. I didn't have to download it. I record doing a read aloud on my screen, and I let kids watch it. And then I walk around and I'm able to help more kids one-on-one. And that wasn't possible before, you had to talk in front of the kids. So I think it's a great thing. I think it's like any other tool. It has good uses, and it can also be harmful to a certain extent. But the example I give to teachers, because teachers always say, oh, on the computer, kids are playing video games or something when you're not looking, that can happen. And I say, yes, you can also give kids a pencil, and they could be throwing the pencils at others. It's a tool. Some kids will not use it the right way, and some kids will use it the right way, but that doesn't mean you take the pencils away from kids, right? They still get the pencil, even if they're throwing it once in a while. So I look at laptops the same way. They should have them. If they're playing games when you walk away from them, that's okay. It's part of the learning. You have to just remind them that we're wasting time, or that, that time should be used for this constant messaging. So even the pitfalls of technology, I don't think are big enough when compared to the massive benefits that come, especially to students, with the inclusion and addition of technology. So I'm all for it.